YouTube, it's Janet and it's time for a haul. The first good book I've got to show you, I was browsing Waterstones the other day and I found this called The Nod, or just Nod I think it is, by Adrian Barnes, and it's got a fabulous sort of like eyeball at the front, and this sounds really interesting. I'll read you the back. It says, dawn breaks over Vancouver and no one in the world has slept the night before, or almost no one. A few people, perhaps 1 in 10,000, can still sleep, and they've all shared the same golden dream. After 6 days of absolute sleep deprivation, psychosis will set in. After 4 weeks, the body will die. In the interim, panic ensues and a bizarre new world arises in which those previously on the fringes of society take the lead. Paul, a writer, continues to sleep while his partner Tanya disintegrates before his eyes, and the new world swallows the old one whole. That sounds really sort of dystopian, really cool, so I really fancy that one. And it's quite a short book, so I think I'll probably get to that quite quickly. The next one that caught my eye in Waterstones is The Lake House by Kate Morton. I've read a couple of Kate Morton's other books and I find these books really perfect for summer reading. They're always sort of like a historical fiction that take place around like old crumbling country houses and things, so I'll just give you a quick overview of what's on the back. June 1933, and 16-year-old Alice Everdeen is preparing for her family's Midsummer Eve party at their country home, Loweneath. But by the time midnight strikes and the fireworks light up the night skies, the Everdeen family will have suffered a loss so great that they leave Loweneath forever. 70 years later, after a particularly troubling case, Detective Sadie Sparrow retreats to her beloved grandfather's cottage in Cornwall. Once there, she stumbles upon an abandoned house and learns the story of a baby boy who disappeared without a trace. Meanwhile, in her elegant Hampstead home, the formidable Alice Everdeen, now an old lady, leads a life as neatly plotted as the best-selling detective novels she writes, until a young police detective starts asking questions about her family's past, seeking to resurrect the complex tangle of secrets Alice has spent her life trying to escape. That just sounds absolutely brilliant, just my kind of thing. So yeah, so I love that sort of mystery, past connecting with the future and all those kind of things, so that sounds great. The next few I've got to show you is Eleanor from Eleanor Reads Books was getting rid of some of her books, so kindly sent some to me that I'd had my eye on for a while. So the first one is All the Birds in the Sky by Charlie Jane Anders, and this says Patricia, who can communicate with animals. Oh, she's a witch who can communicate with animals. Lawrence is a mad scientist and inventor of the 2-second time machine. As teenagers, they gravitate towards one another, sharing in the horrors of growing up weird, but their lives take different paths. When they meet again as adults, Lawrence is an engineering genius trying to save the world and live up to his reputation in near-future San Francisco. Meanwhile, Patricia is a graduate of Ellerslie Mays, the hidden academy for the magically gifted, working hard to prove herself to her fellow magicians and secretly repair Earth's ever-growing ailments. As they attempt to save our future, Lawrence and Patricia's shared past pulls them back together, and though they come from different worlds, when they collide, the witch and the scientist will discover that they maybe understand each other better than anyone. So that sounds pretty cool, a bit sort of like an adult version of Harry Potter. The next one that Eleanor sent me is Carrie Hope Fletcher, On the Other Side, and I think this is a story of someone telling you something from beyond the grave, I think. It doesn't really say much on the back. I think this is like an art copy, so yeah, I'm quite happy to see what this one is. Eleanor seemed to quite like it, so that's, if Eleanor liked it, I like it. The next one Eleanor sent me is Smiler's Fur by Rebecca Levine, and this is book 1 of the Hollow Gods series, and it says on the back, Iran, the moon god, died, but now he's reborn in the false king's son. His human father wanted to kill him, but his mother sacrificed her life to save him. He'll return one day to claim his birthright. He'll change your life. He'll change everything. That sounds pretty cool, so a bit of a fantasy one there. And the next one that Eleanor sent me is The Exclusives by Rebecca Thornton, so that's that one. And again, I think this is one where the past and the future connect really, because it says 1996, Freya Seymour and Josephine Gray are invincible, beautiful and brilliant. The two best friends are on the cusp of Oxbridge and the success they have always dreamed of they'd share. 2014, Freya gets in touch looking for a conversation Josephine has run away from for 18 years. And it just says, beginning with one ill-fated night, the exclusive charts, the agonising spiral of friendship gone wrong, the heartache and the betrayal of letting down those closest to you, and the poisonous possibilities of what we wouldn't do when everything we prize is placed under threat. So there's that one. And then the final one I've got to show you today is, although Eleanor didn't send me this, she is totally and completely responsible for it. And that is the My Little Pony graphic novel, Friends Forever, Volume 1. Eleanor's been, if you watch Eleanor's channel, and if you don't, you really should because she's great, has really been into the My Little Pony graphic novels lately, and she keeps raving on about how great they are and how much she's enjoying them and how they make her feel good. And I resisted for as long as I can, but I've succumbed and got this first volume because I just think, oh, I just need to know what all the fuss is about, so I'm going to give it a go. So this is the first one, and it looks like the art's really fun in it. So yeah, I've succumbed to pressure. So I will be very keen to see what that one's like. So that's it for now. Let me know if you've read any of these and what you think of them. I'll see you all soon and keep reading. Bye!